Rigor Mortis, now of Warbeast. How's the new project coming along?
Oh, it's going killer, man. We just came back from New Orleans last week, and we were recording our debut CD that's going to be out on Housecore Records, Philip Anselmo's label. And we were there for 10 days, and we laid all the tracks for the music, you know, and the band did really killer. I'm really proud of it. And I'm actually going back this Friday to lay the vocal tracks. And I'm going to be there for a week. I've never had that much time in the studio before. It's always been a rush job where, you know, everybody eats up the studio time. The time it gets to the vocals, it's like, you know, you got like one day to do all your songs.
The whole CD, right?
Yeah. And this time Phil is working with me and giving me plenty of time. And I've never really accepted any advice from anybody before. I mean, I'm not that great a singer. I just like to be the guy. I feel like I'm just a metal fan, to be honest. And Rigor Mortis was one of my favorite bands before I ever joined them, to where when I got to get up on stage with them, I was just like, hey, I'm like one of their biggest fans getting up there.
Every fan's dream, right?
Yeah, and so I just kind of was stubborn. I never cared about great vocals. I'd try to put on a show. But when Phil offered to kind of coach me through this and give me some tips and everything, shit, I'm like a sponge, you know. Bring it on, dude, you know. I'm ready. Make me as good as I can be. And he worked with me while we were there on some lyrics and chorus ideas. And then he's going to be there with me through it all. Every day, we're going to do like 2 songs a day. And I've never had that chance, you know, to take that much time on laying vocal tracks. And I'm excited because I think with working with Phil Anselmo, one of the, you know, metal legends and greatest metal singers, that he's going to make me sound better than I ever have, you know. With the limited ability I got, he's going to bring out the best in me, you know what I mean?
Well, if you're going to take advice from anyone, it'd be him, right?
Yeah, because we go way back. I mean, I met Phil right when he moved here, way back. I mean, maybe 86, 87.
Longer than you care to admit.
Yeah, you know, I'm an old guy, I gotta admit that, but you know, it gives, I mean, I hope that gives some younger guys hope that once you get to be 46 years old, dude.
Dude, that's in fucking 26 years.
You'll be on top of the
See what
world.
I mean? And if I can hang in there that long, you know, what the fuck, you know, so. But yeah, Phil, we go way back, and he used to come to our Rigor Mortis shows. He actually is a fan of Rigor Mortis, you know, and that was cool. There was a little barrier and rift between, you know, Rigor Mortis and Pantera back then, because at that time they were kind of into a different style of metal than we were, and at that time we were like, fuck posers and shit. But then when Phil came, and he liked extreme metal. You know what I mean?
In all forms, right?
Yeah, so he would come out and support Gamacide and Rigor Mortis and Sedition and all those bands. And that was really cool, and it broke the ice to where that little thing, and it was never a personal thing between Rigor Mortis and Pantera, the actual members, personally, because they've been so cool.
More of just the crowds you ran with, I guess.
Yeah, our fans and their fans.
Yeah,
you know? The Rigor Mortis fans were like, fuck the posers and fuck Pantera, and our fans were like, and their fans were like, fuck Rigor Mortis and that bullshit. And
seems kind of retarded now after all these years, right?
Stupid, because, yeah, when it comes down to it, man, those dudes, Vinny, Rex, and of course the legendary Dimebag, man, fucking always loved him, man.
Cool, man.
From the moment I met him.
Well, back to the new project. What about a tour? Are you excited about maybe getting back on the road?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Of course, Phil was talking to us about that, which bands we, you know, maybe fit with on. Phil had just listened to some Toxic Holocaust, and he's like, dude, that reminded me of like the old,
He was digging the new school thrash?
Yeah,
cool,
because
man.
They kind of have a touch of the old school flavor in them.
Definitely, yeah.
And I guess you guys know on their Evil Never Dies CD, they've got a fucking zombie wearing a Rigor Mortis shirt.
Yeah.
And they did a show with us in New York. And
nice homage.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I know those guys, and I love the band, and fuck it, I'd love to tour with somebody.
I'd come out and see you guys, definitely.
Yeah.
I would love to see that tour happen.
I mean, you know, that's a step down the road. Right now, I'm fixing
to
go
focus on the album.
Yeah, because I got to go do my vocals, and then it takes a while to get it released, and you know, with all the artwork, and you don't even know when it's going to be released. But
No
Yeah.
expectations on a possible release date?
No, we have
Not
no
at this
idea.
point.
No,
Yeah.
man.
Too
Just,
early, I guess.
Yeah, it's just too early. And
Talk about the tour and just the state of the economy right now. How you doing tonight, man?
Doing pretty well.
You guys put on an excellent show. How's the tour going?
It's going well. Should I hold this thing or let you?
Here, you can go ahead and hold it.
All right.
Whatever feels more
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's going pretty well. There's been ups and downs, you know. Sometimes I think the only problem really with the tour is that it's been in venues or maybe a little bigger. You know, my theory on shows is you want to play a place that you can sell out rather than a place you might hope to sell out. And some, you know, so. But overall, it's been cool. I mean, we've had some really incredible shows. We've had some weird stuff happen too, you know. But that's tour. It's like up and down, you know. So overall, I'm having fun and you know, hanging out with some good old friends and making new
playing
ones.
some music.
Yeah,
Definitely. You notice the attendance going down a little bit since the economy's been a little harsh.
you know, I don't feel like that's the case.
Maybe it just looks thin at a larger venue, like you were
I just
saying.
think it's town by town.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just. We have played some shows on this tour. We've been on tour prior to the Napalm thing. Like we did some Converge stuff and some headlining stuff before that.
Oh, okay.
And some of the shows were incredible. Every Converge show was sold out, but they were once again in like smaller venues.
Yeah.
You know, 250 to 500. You know, so all those shows were packed and sold out, and we did incredible on merch. And some nights we do great here, and sometimes we don't. So it's
Yeah.
like, I think it's just town by town and just kind of the
Yeah,
bands and how they do there.
We talked to Phil from Toxic Holocaust. He kind of said the same thing. You guys just pretty much have to stay on tour to make a living, you know.
Yeah.
Do you have a job back home, or is this pretty much it for you? Or?
All my endeavors revolve around music. I co-own a website called shirtkiller.com that sells it's like the official merch store for Coliseum and Baroness and Torch and Kylesa and a bunch of bands, and so I do that, and then I also do design work. Like I design.
John Dyer, basically.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Bought a couple of shirts.
Yeah, so John's our good buddy, and then I do design work for bands. Like I design Trap Them's shirts and records, and Doom Riders and Avail and Kylesa and Torch and all Coliseum stuff. So I do all that, and all those different things create the whole that, you know, keeps me living.
Keep you running.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Anything else, man? Or?
That's it.
All right,
Cool.
well, hey, man,
No
thanks
problem.
for your time, dude.
Yeah, no